Hi guys, welcome to Freaking Cheap. My name is John. I guess I've already showed, well I haven't showed you because I'm going to try I keep putting my movies on in order, and so now I'm going to try to put them in not in order. So the videos that you're going to see up, if I do it right, after this are going to be what I'm doing. Now we made applesauce today. That chewed up quite a bit part of the day. I actually got started, not by my willing, but by somebody else at 11 o'clock, which is amazing for me to get started anyway. Beautiful day out right now. It's in the evening. I don't know what time it is. It's probably 6:30 or so. I'm working on this pump down here and thought I'd bring you along for a minute or two. I got the valves and valve seats out of the bottom part of that, and there was a bunch of crud in there. Somebody asked me why don't I put or if I had a filter on it, and no, I don't have a filter on this thing. This thing never had a filter. It didn't used to be in a tank. It used to just sit on a block. The pump used to just sit on a board, and I'd set it on top of an old tank, hauling it around on the back of the tractor with a generator. Oh, it was a mess. I just threw a hose in the tank and spray, and we might go back by the barn. That barn was sprayed back in the middle 80s when I did it. The barn has fallen down now. Haven't been spraying it. This thing hasn't run since the 80s, and it looks like the crud that's coming in has just settled off from inside that pump, bugs. Anyhow, so I'm going to play with this a little while and try to put this one on first, because this is one where I said it's freaking cheap and welcome, my name's John, which would make sense. That would be smart. The other stuff coming up is just kind of stuff I'm doing. Oh, I threw that, what you'll see down back late, what you'll see in the future is the bucket of apples. I threw them out. There's a little 6 or 8 point buck that's out there. You might be able to count he might have some close horns. I don't know. There's 3 bucks that are hanging out in the apple field and about 10 does that are out there. There's one set of twins and 1 Bambi. That's about all I see, and they come out here just about this time every night, but with me down here they might not come out. But I was throwing apples to which you'll see later, I was throwing apples to the buck, and he eats them and has a good time. He's probably a little bit too tame, because it takes a lot to spook that guy, so he's probably going to become a target this winter or this fall. And I'm thinking about not having hunters come out anymore now that I don't. Oh my goodness, look at the bees up there. There must be a big wasp nest up there. I'm catching it from a different vantage view. Now that I really don't have a garden to speak of, I mean, a lot of people knew that I used to garden over 5 acres here, and I just don't do it anymore because of deer damage. You just couldn't keep up with all the deer, and to try to keep them out of 5 acres, which some of the acreage was here, some of the acreage was here, some of the acreage was here, toward the end. Where this mill is here used to be all food plot from here to from here over to where those racks are, and it's I don't know how long. Look at the bees up there. I don't know if you guys can pick up on those. There must be a good sized bee's nest up there someplace. There usually is. You got to be careful when you're playing in these rafters. Anyhow, this used to all used to be garden, all used to be irrigated and that kind of stuff. So anyhow, we'll get back on this. I've cleaned it out. We're pretty happy with it. That's why I guess I took the glasses off, so it doesn't look too bad down in there. If I can figure out how to put it back together, I'm gonna get you guys a little closer, and you can tell me when I put it together wrong. Filter, no, never had a filter on it. It was just a quick put together, see if it'll work. And as a matter of fact, these never had filters on them anyway. Never even, well, you wouldn't have a filter on the suction side, you'd have a strainer, but never had anything like that. It's cleaned out pretty good, and feel down in there it's not too bad. So this one goes, I don't remember how it goes is my biggest problem. This one goes in this way here, I know that. Then this one goes in, I got to give it a little blow off. This one goes in like that. This one goes in like that, and this one goes in, that's the valve. Then this one here is another valve. Then this is the spring to it, which clipped in pretty good. I didn't click that other spring in, but I don't even have any tools over here. This goes in like so. Boy, it doesn't want to go in either. I'd really like not to mess this up to see if I fixed it right. I don't think I mixed them up, and that should be a standard bore anyway. This is suction side, so it doesn't have an O-ring on it. I'm almost positive that's the one I took out of there. And they should be the same anyway. Anyhow, we'll bring you back in a little bit. I'm going to put this together, flip it upside down, and clean the valves out of the other side. And try to see if this thing will work. Oh, I got my flashlight, I think, still on. Nope, must have run out of battery. No, it's still got battery. Now I can't see nothing. All right, catch you in a minute. Hi, I told you I'd bring you back when we started making applesauce. So we wash them downstairs and bring them up and rewash them again here. I know they look nasty, but then they go into this cut up. Then we boil them in here, and then we go down to the squeezo and squeezo them out. Not much. This would be a good 1 minute short video, but like I said, can't do that. Can't seem to get that done anymore. Have a few yellow squash we picked a few days ago. They're getting ready to be cooked tonight for dinner. Uh-oh, got an escapee here. Doesn't want to be cooked. Anyhow, we'll bring you back in a little bit, so we'll see you in a minute. Bye. Hi guys, I told you I'd bring you back. Here we are. We got the apples cooked. Now they go into the hopper. Then you run that crank back there, and then the skins and all the junk that you don't want. Maybe there's a seed in there or a worm, I don't know what. And then it comes out over here. So I'm going to do that and have a helper today. And it's hot. Hot outside and hot in here. And I have a bigger thing of apples than I normally batch out. So it's right heavy. Like I said, it's hot. But it's a pretty good sized hopper on this thing. I guess you might be able to see them steaming. And then you just start cranking. And it helps to push them down a little bit, but you can see the applesauce coming out. Once it starts coming out, then you got to kind of keep running it down, or it'll run over the pan pretty quick. But it's a toss-up between pushing it down in there a little bit and squeegeeing it down the pan. Meanwhile, while we're doing this, the next batch is upstairs coming up to boil. That's about where we bring it up. Bring it up to a boil and then turn it off. Let it settle for I don't know, as long as it takes to get us down here and get it in here. But if you crank it too fast, you get a mess. That's why you got to sit there, and this is pretty thick stuff here. This is the second batch of the day. We'll probably do 5 batches, and it makes about, I don't know, almost 2 quarts. It's kind of like patting your belly and rubbing your head, or patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time here. So we'll bring you back in a little bit. We'll see you in a little bit, guys. Making applesauce today. Bye-bye. He's waiting on another apple. I'm about 40 foot away. He's on TV. I got to throw it, so. Come get it, Stinky. I threw a bunch of them out there. They got a they're going to get a whole bucket of smorgasbord left over from the applesauce. But down at the bottom, there's still a bunch of good apples that are good enough for deer. So I'll go toss him some. I can't hold. Look, he's over there waiting on me. There's 3 bucks that come here. I don't know if I can left-handed it or not. That one went pretty close to him. He's pretty. I think. Did you get it? He's chewing on something. 1, 2, 3. He's about a 6-pointer. He got to have a belly full because he's been eating apples out. Whoops. Guess I was watching him and not watching in the camera. Oh well. I gonna dump the apples out. That's one thing I got to do. I went to the paint shop, got my painting done. I went to the nuts and bolt place and got, that's $19 worth of nuts, washers, lock washers, whatever. Oh, I guess I got to ring this back in. There's 3 bucks that come around here. Guess I'm worth 3 bucks. He's under a peach tree right now. And the pear trees look like they're going to start dropping anytime soon. So these guys, I'll tell you what, you come out here at night and they're everywhere nowadays. So we'll catch you back in a little bit. Bye. Well, guys, might have success. The nozzle got clogged a couple times. It took me a little while to get it primed up. I got little puddles of oil everywhere. That's where it finally let loose. You can see the trail here. I just sprayed these down. These were bone dry. I mean, like this down here, and I had it soaking wet like that, and you can see how it's absorbed in there already. These are sides for the white truck. White truck is over there, not that it matters. But those are 3-foot sides or somewhere around that for the white truck. But that'll make them last a lot longer. This will keep the dust down, so I'm not too worried about that. But what I got it for was mainly doing these. Look at that quarter sawed oak. Is that what I'm looking at? No, it's oak. But I want to give these a bath. Now when I get going, I'm going to move it up there into the dust bowl because farmers been putting oil on there for on their driveways for years and years and years and years. So anyhow, that's where I plan on doing it up there. But for now, just to see if it can go again, I'm going to do it here. I'm going to start with the bottom, hopefully. If I can push it over. Oh my goodness. These aren't too bad. These hold a good half cord. Now, if everything goes according to plan, of course, now you might not be in it because I just moved it down. I don't want to get you too close because I don't want to get everything all covered with oil. Yeah, you can still see it. I'm going to flip it back up after I coat the bottom real quick. And that's how I've done all the barns. Used to do everything around here, so got to start the juice up. see, now that thing is, usually that thing backfires. By tomorrow, that's how fast I put it on that wood over there. I shouldn't have any dust or weeds down here. That's why I want to do it up there. I really found that it doesn't kill anything. You know, you think that it kills grass and it really doesn't. But that ought to be just about absorbed in pretty good by tomorrow. In fact, you can look at the floor of it. It's already absorbed in there. And I got it running off of there pretty daggone good. But these things have a tendency to rot at the bottom because I'm not using pressure treated. These uprights are not pressure treated. So they have a tendency to rot off after about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. They get a little shaky. So I wanted to do something to try to prevent that. I probably should have got a little bit more down in these areas here where water can lay, or in there in seams and stuff like that. I also plan on doing the building here that way. And the wand isn't, I have to bring a 50-foot hose down to maybe play with that, but it seems to finally be working pretty good. And I'll finish this up. I'll bring you by tomorrow to take a look at it. See, it'll probably be dry by tomorrow. You won't even tell that oil will absorb in there. Look at that quarter salt. I knew I saw some quarter salt. Well, you can't see it once you get in here. That's quarter salt oak there. Yep, perfectly quarter salt. She's dripping, but I want to do that to each one of the racks before I fill it with wood. Keeps the bugs off of it, keeps termites off of it. All the bottoms of those are pressure treated. So, but I got all these to do. Now that they're filled with wood, I'm not going to do them. But before I fill them with wood, hopefully from here on out, I will go ahead and do that. Now, I probably should have still used the irrigation pump. If I boost that up to much more pressure, it'll start making mist, and I kind of don't want that. It's a pretty small nozzle on there too, so I got to experiment with it for a while. It's been a long time. When I did the barns, I have a real long one that's, I don't know, 5 feet long and 50-foot of hose, and I could stand back. Oh my goodness, I could stand back and without any problem get across the top of that up there. That top piece up there is telephone pole wood. That's why that's so chocolate. And that barn up there is telephone. Well, look at the deer up there. Way up in the, you can't see him, way up in the yard eating. Something got on the porch the other night and ate some of the wife's plants. So anyhow, I'm going to call that a wrap for this one. And a successful wrap. A successful, if it stays going, I think I had to pull the head back off again. I had to clean the nozzle 2 or 3 times. And then it finally started working and stayed working. That's when I brought you along. But I expect it to still keep clogging up the nozzle as it picks up crap from who knows where. I might take the gas gauge or whatever you want to call it. Oh, you know, it did come up. Look at that. It did come up to a little under half. Maybe it's working. We'll have to keep an eye on that because I don't want to have to. This thing was kind of a SOB to prime. I got to tighten that thing up there. Kind of an SOB to prime. So that's a wrap. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the endless stuff that I'll spray, like the wall over there, the wall here. Like I said though, I mainly got it because I wanted to hit the wood crates, and I think I might go ahead and put battens on this, and I wasn't going to. I don't like battens on it. I go fluttering from here to here. Look at the gap on this one. Some of these really shrunk down a lot, and I want to put some stuff in there that I don't want water to get on. So I might go. I have the wood over there for battens, so I think I might put battens on it and spray it down with oil. Oh my goodness, look at you can't see how wide this one here is. Some of these just really, I put it up green. I cut it. Squirrels were climbing it on in the morning, and it was on the building in the afternoon, and the squirrels were going, wait a second, I was just here, it looked different. So anyhow, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe button, and if you like the idea, let me know. Leave a comment down there. We'll see you later now. Bye-bye.